I believe goal setting is a really important thing to do, especially when it comes to your personal finances. So I believe it's important to set a goal for yourself to acquire at least a couple hundred troy ounces of silver for starters. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and staying safe. It's a great day to have a great day. Today I wanted to talk about silver and how many troy ounces of the silver I think is a good starting point for somebody who's just now getting started stacking. But really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there, go check it out. The link will be in the description. And if you want to get some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel, I would really appreciate it. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. But today I wanted to talk about how much silver is a good amount of silver to get started with, or how much silver I believe that someone who's just now getting into stacking should set a goal for themselves to work towards. Because let's face it, with the spot price up right now, with the premiums way up right now, silver is a little bit difficult to get your hands on, especially in large quantities. Not everybody has the cash to go and convert into 100 ounces of silver right now, right off the bat. And if you do, good for you. Many of us don't have that kind of cash though. So somebody who's just now getting started stacking, somebody who's just beginning, maybe they haven't even started yet. Maybe they're watching videos like this one right here to get a little bit better of an understanding of what exactly we're doing over here. Or maybe they just got started stacking over the last couple of weeks or months or whatever the case may be. Brand new or relatively brand new. And they want to understand how much silver they need. Now, right off the bat, there's no specific answer to how much silver you need, or how much silver is enough, or how much silver is too much. Same goes for gold, by the way. You could just swap out the word silver and gold with the word money, because silver and gold, after all, they are money. Is there such a thing as having enough money? How much money is enough? How much money is too much? I personally do not believe that's even such a thing. I don't believe that's a sentence or a question that should even exist. I don't think there's such a thing as having enough money or too much money or whatever the case may be. But when you're first getting started stacking, something that you're probably going to want to do for yourself is set a goal, an achievable goal. And this was something that we were talking about during the VIP Club live stream a couple of nights ago. Goal setting. Some people believe in having these massive, monstrous behemoths of goals, which is good. Some people say, yeah, shoot for the stars, dream big. I understand all that, but what I think is even more important, because it's very easy to say,
oh, my goal is to have 1,000,000 troy ounces of silver and build an entire mansion for myself out of silver bars.
It's very easy to say something like that, but it's not very easy to achieve. It takes work, it takes time, energy, effort, blood, sweat, and tears to make it happen. Getting a small pile of silver, not too difficult. Turning that pile of silver into a mountain of silver, that's something that you got to work towards. So what I think is even more important than setting a giant goal for yourself is setting small, achievable goals that can work as stepping stones, little by little, taking you closer and closer and closer to your ultimate goal, which is more than likely to have an ungodly amount of silver and gold. To have so much silver and gold, you don't even know what to do with it. So much money all over the place. You bought a safe, and then you had to buy another safe, then you bought a safe for your safe, so now you ran out of room for all the safes in your house. Understand, that's a very good problem to have. But if you're just getting started stacking, I think it's a pretty solid idea to set a goal for yourself to get at least a couple hundred troy ounces of silver for starters. No, I do not believe that should be the ultimate goal. No, I do not believe that's anywhere near enough money, but it's a good place to start. Now, if you wanted to set a goal for yourself to hit, I don't know, 100 troy ounces of silver, fairly doable. Maybe not all at once. Maybe you don't have that kind of currency. Maybe you can only pick up 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 troy ounces at a time. No big deal. Do what you gotta do. Little by little, work towards the goal. And once you get to the goal, you can raise the bar higher. Now, if you wanted to set a goal for yourself to get your first 100 troy ounces of silver, with the spot price right now being about $27, give or take, and you're going to have to tack on a little bit of a premium, so bare minimum, you could probably get 100 troy ounces of silver for close to $3,000. And I know when we're talking about dollar bill figures in the 4 digits, thousands of dollars, it could be a little bit intimidating. But if you break it down and focus on the silver rather than the dollars, and you understand that by taking your dollar bills and putting them into actual money, if you take your currency, your fiat, and trade them for silver or for gold, you know, it's very different than if you were to go to the store and buy something at Walmart or Target or something like that. If you were to buy something, some product, some item, something that you don't really need, that's a purchase. Your dollar bills went towards it, and now they're gone. But when it comes to the silver and the gold, when you trade your dollar bills for them, you have to understand, especially if you're just getting started, you're essentially being your own bank, and the silver and the gold, they act as a store of wealth, a store of value. And if you put your dollar bills in to the silver and the gold, let's just say at a local coin shop, if you were to do that today, you want to know what you can do tomorrow? Or next week, next month, next year, 15, 20 years down the road, you can go back to that same coin shop and convert your silver and gold back into dollars if that's what you absolutely needed to do. So that's something that actually took me quite a while to get out of my head. When I first got started stacking, I was viewing the conversion as a purchase. Every time that I would pick up silver, I would tell myself that I'm buying silver, I'm purchasing silver, I'm spending money on silver, completely failing to realize all it is a mere conversion. Now, similar to converting US dollars to Canadian dollars, or Canadian dollars to Australian dollars, or euros or pounds or something like that, or Yugoslavia notes, it's just a conversion. Now, of course, there's a conversion fee when it comes to trading currencies. I guess you can kind of consider the premiums nowadays to be somewhat of a conversion fee, I guess, if that makes sense. But when it comes to the dollar bills, when it comes to the money, when it comes to the value, it's still right there. Now, obviously, spot price fluctuates, but when it comes to the silver and the gold, you can just as easily trade your silver and gold back for cash in no more amount of time than it took you to convert your cash into silver and gold in the first place. It's still right there. And if it were to go up in value, congratulations. You saw a little bit of capital appreciation. Your net worth got beefed up a little bit. And if spot price goes down temporarily, then congratulations. Now you can get more on sale if that's what you choose to do. So I believe goal setting is a really important thing to do, especially when it comes to your personal finances. And personal finances and stacking silver and gold, to me, in my opinion, go hand in hand. So I believe it's important to set a goal for yourself to acquire at least a couple hundred troy ounces of silver for starters. That's what I've been saying since the very beginning. That's what I was doing at the very beginning. And guess what? Little by little, as time goes by, a couple weeks go by, you get paid again, you take care of your bills and all of your expenses, and you pay Uncle Sam because obviously he wants his cut. He deserves it, right? He was the one who worked for it. Oh, wait, no, that was you. But he still wants his cut anyway. After you take care of everything you have to take care of, and you got, I don't know, 50, maybe 100, maybe 500, maybe 1,000, whatever the case may be, whatever you have left over, if it's a decision that you made to trade those remaining dollars for a little bit of silver to protect your wealth, to preserve value, and to save money for the long term, then you can absolutely go and do that. Now, some people might think, how much do I actually need? How much should I have to be prepared? How much silver and gold would take care of me during some type of emergency? And it's a really tricky question to answer because there's really no specific amount of silver and gold. It really depends on a variety of factors such as your income, such as your lifestyle, your expenses, such as your debt. And I'm not talking about the good kind of debt. I'm talking about the bad kind of debt. I'm talking about the debt that most people are familiar with. It also depends on how many people you're financially prepping for. I mean, take me, for example. I'm just one guy. I'm not married. I've never been married. And my plan is to never in my life get married. So I don't have a wife to take care of or to worry about. Just got myself. I don't have kids. I've never had kids that I'm aware of, and I don't plan on having kids anytime in the future. So again, one person to take care of. Now, I understand my lifestyle is very different from most people's lifestyles. What I want to do is very different, unconventional, I guess you can say. Most people want to get married or are currently married. Most people have 1 or 2 or 15 kids. That's a lot of people you got to take care of. So that's something that you need to factor in as well, because every person that you have to add to the list is another person you're going to be financially preparing for, which takes even more time. Preparing for 2 people takes twice as long as preparing for 1 person, unless, of course, that person is working as well and that person is adding to the preps in addition to what you're adding to the preps. But when it comes to the kids, the young kids who are too young to be working, they're not really contributing that way, so it's just something that you have to take into account. Something else you need to take into account is the length of time you're trying to prepare yourself for. I hear all the time from people say, hey, you need to have a 6-month supply, you need to have 6 months worth of expenses, you need to have 6 months, 6 months, 6 months, and that is something that I agree with. That is something that I've gone by, but something that I learned in 2020 is that what happens if it lasts longer than 6 months? What then? What happens if you have a 7-month-long emergency? Or what happens if you have an 11.5-month-long 14-day shutdown? What happens then? What happens if you're on unemployment and all of a sudden now you're only getting 60% of the income that you were getting before, which, by the way, was probably barely enough to survive in the first place, and now you're only getting 60% of that, and on top of that, maybe your expenses went up, maybe this happened, maybe that happened. So a lot goes into financially preparing, a lot goes into it, and in my opinion, I don't think it's anything to take lightly. I think it's something that everybody should always be aware of at all times, especially when it comes to the currency, by the way. I know we're talking about money, silver and gold in this video, but it's also important to stack dollar bills. Reason I say that is because with the dollar bills, these right here, these are short-term solutions to short-term problems. Are they gonna solve all your problems long-term? Probably not, because they depreciate in value. And I was actually just talking to a friend of mine, somebody that I went to high school with, haven't talked to him in a while, and we were talking about how much information we learned in high school. And I say that facetiously because we learned pretty much nothing in high school, and part of it was because we didn't really pay much attention, but also it's because we didn't get taught anything that had any relevance to personal finance. You would think that they would teach you even basic budgeting, or how to invest, or what the stock market even is, or how to build credit, how to buy a house, how to pay taxes, what taxes even are. We weren't taught any of that. You know, thank God I took geometry. But even though school, public school, the American education system doesn't teach personal finance, they do not teach financial literacy. They taught me British literature. They taught me algebra. They didn't teach me anything about money, though, unfortunately. I had to learn that on my own. And with the silver and the gold, that's just my way of storing value. That's just my way of preserving purchasing power, if that makes sense. Because all they said in school was, you know, save. Save it. Just for the sake of saving it. Save it. Don't even buy anything with it. Just save it forever. Save it for the rest of your life. Put it in a savings account and don't even worry about it. That's essentially what we were told, and I didn't even realize until a couple of years ago how flawed that is. Because it depreciates in value. That's the only issue. Nobody taught me anything about spending this stuff on things that will save me this stuff in the long term. Nobody taught me anything about converting this stuff into something to preserve purchasing power and store value. Nobody taught me anything about investing this stuff to produce more stuff. Nobody taught me anything like that. So I think these are important things that people need to remember. I think these are important lessons that are not taught, and I think they're important things to figure out on your own. Now, obviously, I gotta say it just because I have to, not a financial advisor. Nothing on this channel is financial advice. Do your own research, form your own opinions, make your own decisions based off of your conclusions, not mine. But with all of that being said, even though there's no clear answer on how much money you need, there's not even a clear answer when it comes to how much currency you need. If we don't even know how much currency we need, how are we going to figure out how much money we need? So, in my opinion, I know it's a very vague answer, but as much as possible. That's what the goal is for me. Of course, small stepping stones, turning the pile of silver into a mountain of silver, the pile of gold into a mountain of gold one day. I'm actually, as of recently, I've been taking gold a little bit more seriously. I just figured it's a little bit of a better deal right now because spot price of gold, it's definitely up there. But silver, from a percentage perspective, the premiums are just astronomical, and the premiums are much more fair when it comes to gold. Anyway, that's besides the point. I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. How much silver do you think is a good goal for somebody who just got started stacking, or somebody that's thinking about getting started stacking? If they have no idea where to begin, they know that they want to get into silver, they know that they want to stack it, they know what its purpose is, maybe they don't have a whole lot of cash to be working with. What do you think is a good, solid goal to set at the very beginning? To shoot for maybe a couple 100 ounces for starters, and then once you get to that point, raise the bar and work your way up to maybe 1,000 ounces of silver? Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to goal setting or how much you think you need when it comes to the precious metals. And if anybody's interested in joining the Precious Metals VIP Club, it's where I can do things on my own terms, not on YouTube's terms, my terms. I'm hosting privately held live streams. They're smaller, easier to manage. I'm also doing giveaways. I have a brand new one going on right now. It ends on March 1st. Join before then to get entered. I'm also doing discounts, personalized promo codes, shout outs, deal alerts when silver and gold is on sale on a variety of different websites. And of course, you can watch all my videos early and commercial free. Come join the Precious Metals VIP Club. It'll be the first link in the description. You're invited. I'd be happy to have you. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button. If you guys like me, make sure to hit that subscribe button like a Karen hits a bus window. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there. Go check it out. The link will be in the description. Trying really hard to hit 2,000 subscribers. We just hit 1,700, and I appreciate that. And if you want to help support the channel in the biggest possible way, please consider getting yourself some DYDSS merchandise. Of course, we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies, which are up for grabs, along with a ton of other products, t-shirts, hoodies, even stickers, many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations, such as the recently released Kraken Stackin' t-shirt, hoodie, sticker, and coffee mug, inspired by the beautiful 2-ounce silver Kraken coin, which, by the way, is helping us raise a little bit of funds and awareness for ocean cleanup charity organizations at no additional cost to you. It comes out of my pocket, not yours. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know once again, what are your thoughts on setting goals for yourself when it comes to stacking? Is your goal essentially something as vague as just simply as much as possible? Or do you actually set a specific number for yourself? Do you actually set a goal of, I don't know, maybe 100 or 500 ounces of silver? When it comes to gold, do you have a separate goal? Do you have a personal gold to silver ratio? Maybe for every 100 or 200 ounces of silver, you try to pick up 1 ounce of gold. Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic and how much silver you think is enough. How much money, how much silver, how much gold, how much currency, how much cash do you think is enough when it comes to financial preparation? Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. And remember, don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.